So, tell me, I'm curious about you.
What about me? I mean, what aspect of me?
Every aspect.
I don't know where to start.
How about the beginning?
Well, I do have a kind of unusual start. My parents were married fairly young, and they never had kids. They were academics at the University of Wisconsin. Then eventually they got divorced, and my dad moved away. But then later, years later, they ran into each other at a party, and they got together that night. And that's how I was conceived. On a bed with one of the coats. My mom always says that it's because I needed to be born.
I love that idea. That our unborn children are the real gods, dictating the fates of us poor clueless mortals. Did they got together after that?
No, my mom raised me on her own in Madison. She was a professor of 19th century British poetry. She wasn't very practical. So I ended up had to do all the day-to-day stuff. I mean, I was organizing the builds by the time I was 12. She came from a Quaker family. So she used to take me to Quaker meetings with her. I still go sometimes.
A Quaker.
We had a nice life. And then when I was 16, she died. So I moved in with my dad in Philly.
How's that?
Cordial and quiet.
Sounds lonely.
Yeah.
I grew up in a house where nobody ever stopped yelling at each other.
Heaven. My dad is a kind man. He made the best of it. We both did. So tell me about you. What about you, background-wise?
My father worked at a blackjack table in Atlantic City, but it's a really long story, and I have to get back to my dysfunction. I believe it,
What?
that you had to be born. Lovely. It didn't feel like too much, did it?
No.
Which is a interesting